Hi everyone, and thanks for checking out my channel. Going to have a look at natural gas now, and looking what happened over the past week was relatively flat, as a little move as we can see, and ranging from 176 to the resistance zone 185 that's been rejected 3 times. Now the positive is that we are still having that trend line on the 4 hours chart that's holding the price, and we've seen a nice rejection on Friday. And we zoom in and look at the hourly chart. We can see that on that drop got some divergence on that final drop here, and a nice engulfing candle spot on the trend line. So that's a positive move, and I believe for next week we are likely to see more buying pressure moving up, and for another test of the 185. So the scenario would be from here to potentially test again 185, then move back down to the trend line like this, and we can hope for potentially breakout later on. Watching at the quote reports for the week before, so we can see here between the blue lines, price was dropping from 185 down to 178. Strong open interest, so validating the strength of the trend. But when we look at the various positions, we can see that the managed money did still increase a bit of long while adding some short as well, so relatively neutral. And we can see the swap dealers, they're continuing to add to their short position, hedging for potential higher price. So relatively neutral, potentially a little bit bullish in terms of the swap dealers and some other reportables traders that adding to their long position, and also seeing the retail traders adding to the long, but a bit bearish in terms of having the open interest validating the strength of the move down. But we've seen the last week that not getting any follow through, and following that divergence we had here, we have seen some bonds back of the price toward 185, and so tightening as we are approaching the end of the triangle here. So we're looking at potentially next week or the week after for a breakout in validation. Should we break below 178, and should we break there 178, we would go back down to the 175 and potentially drop lower to the trend line, which is sitting currently at 166. It's not my preferred scenario for many reasons. We are entering the summer season with some forecasts showing some very hot weather, so the power consumption should start kicking up. And also we are in the tropical storm period, so I still don't know at that point if the crystal ball tropical storm is actually going to affect the production. If it doesn't, I believe it will have just no impact. If it does start threatening the production area and start having a talk about shutdown, we will straight go back to 185, and we'll need some serious threat to the production to break higher. I believe the price will stay under 185 at least for the coming days, as the pressure from the rollover contracts will actually build up, so that will probably stop any major move up until we roll over to the August contract. The spread is setting at 5%. We've seen August, September dropping to 2%, which is positive in a way that the selling pressure might actually start reducing a bit more as we move toward the winter season. So yeah, that's all about natural gas. I'll do another check midweek. Wish you safe trading, and I speak to you soon. Cheers, bye.